All right, so we're back at you with another one, and this time, I really wasn't expecting Target to have this. This is, it's a Target exclusive, but Target is so hit and miss. I have about three of them close to my area, and you never know what you're gonna get. You have to keep going back in there and checking to see what they have. And as far as like the Godzilla X Kong toys, you just never know what you're going to find on the shelf. And oftentimes you're quite surprised because they have something there that you weren't expecting. And I've seen, a few reviews on this over the last couple of weeks. So I had a feeling that they might have it. So I went over there to check today, and they did. And this is so cool. This is the Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. And like it says here, it includes 5 Titans. You're going to get Godzilla Evolved, Kong with the Beast Glove, Skar King, Shimo, and Mothra, baby. Hell yeah. Mothra is very hard to find by herself. So it's cool that you can get her in this pack. And they had quite a bit of these packs when I went there today. So it's cool that you could get Mothra in it, and you're gonna get different color variations of the figures than we've gotten with the other 6-inch figures in that were part of the original wave. So we're gonna get Godzilla Evolve, which looks really good. It's like a supercharged Godzilla at the end of the movie when he was charging up, and it's a really nice, looks like a really nice pink and black. That looks awesome. You're going to get a very, very purple Shimo with some cool-ass eyes, if you could see that through the box. But, yeah, this is a much deeper purple on Shimo here, and they seem like they put more of this deep purple on Shimo here in this set than they did in the battle pack with Godzilla, which, if you remember, we got the 2 battle packs, Shimo and Godzilla and Kong and Skar King. Those came separately. In this one, we're getting all 4 of those plus Mothra. And then you're also getting a little figure of Gia here. We're getting a Heave, and you're getting Shimo's Frost Bite Blast and Godzilla's Heat Ray. And then you have Kong, who's basically, he's got like a snowy look to him, like he did at the end of the movie. This is the final battle, you know what I mean? So it looks like when Kong had the snow, was shaking the snow all off him. That's what that's meant to represent. And then Skar King, it looks like they put gold on him, which my guess is probably to represent the sunlight shining on him when he first popped up out of the water in Brazil. Maybe that's the gold is meant to represent the sunlight. But 4 new color variations, and they're all cool. And then we got Mothra right here, who looks really good too. But it's a beautiful box. Of course, you see it's got all the crystals all over it. Same thing on the side here. Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. This side we have the crystals and Godzilla and Kong. And then on the back, it's really nice. You have all of the characters with a description of each. And you have a little write-up here. Godzilla and Kong return in an all-new adventure, pitting the almighty Kong and fearsome Godzilla against a colossal, undiscovered threat hidden within our world, challenging their very existence in our own. Which is basically the same saying on all of these boxes that we got. Let's see what we got here. Godzilla has evolved into an all-new form, now faster, stronger, and more powerful. Godzilla thunders into battle with the supercharged heat ray and city-destroying tail swipe. And you have Kong here, armed with a prototype battle gauntlet that enhances his earth-shattering primal strength. Kong roars into the battle, packing a meteor impact with every punch. You're going to get a nice picture of Mothra with Gia. Ethereal Guardian of the Hollow Earth. Mothra takes flight. As an ally to both Godzilla and Kong, she uses her impressive wingspan to carry Gia wherever they're needed. Then you got Skar King, baby. Nice picture right there with the whip slash. The evil Skar King rules over his fiery Hollow Earth kingdom, wielding a whip slash, and commands an unstoppable army to destroy Godzilla and Kong and conquer the world. And then finally, the Ice Queen, Shimo with Frostbite Blast. A legendary ice titan with unstoppable world-ending powers, Shimo faces Godzilla and Kong with a devastating Frostbite Blast that can freeze opponents in battle. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same write-up on all of them. But it's just nice to see all 5 of them lined up like that. That's beautiful. And it's a really nice box. You know what I mean? Like we've been saying, like everybody's been saying, Playmates boxes, the packaging is really, really nice. It's beautiful. Look at all the colors. And, you know, Playmates is just releasing quality. You know how I feel about it. I praise Playmates all the time. You know, this was $44, man. $44. You're getting 5 figures with accessories for $44. How can you go wrong? And they look nice. You know what I mean? Straight off the bat. Under $10 a figure, man. You know, like, that's beautiful. So, yeah, I can't say enough about it. And this is just, I'm happy to add this. This is another gem to add to the collection from Playmates. And let's get the box open and take a look at these. We'll go individually one by one with them. Okay, so just before I take them completely out of the box, I just wanted to give you a nice shot of them in it like this here with the beautiful pink background with the crystals. That looks very, very nice. All right, let's get them out. Okay, so basically what I did is I took the inside of the box out to give it to you as a bit of a backdrop for this. Because it's really beautiful, you know, with the pink crystals inside of the Hollow Earth, and which is where this battle set started. It started inside the Hollow Earth in zero gravity. But as you can see, it's looking really nice. We have Godzilla Evolved, who looks really cool. I love the pink and black. Shimo with the deep purple looking really nice. You have Kong with the mist of snow on him. And Skar King with that goldish, yellowish sunlight reflection is what I'm assuming that it is. Because, I mean, that's the way it went for the other, like, color variations, you know, where Hollow Earth, Kong had an orange and yellow tone, and Skar King had a brown tone. You know, for the battle that was supposed to represent the lava inside Skar King's lair, you know. And then, of course, we have Mothra with the figure of Gia and the Heave. And that's just to give a shot of them all together. And now I'm going to just review each one by one. All right, so we're going to start off like we usually do with Kong. You know, Godzilla's the king of the monsters. Kong is the star of the movies, basically. You know what I mean? And, you know, they do that because I guess humans can relate to Kong because he's the most human-like. So they kind of use him to tell the story, which is cool because I like Kong. You know what I mean? I'm a Godzilla fan, but I also like Kong. So I appreciate how Kong is basically the star of the show in these movies, and he helps bring the story along, and that's fine. So, anyway, we've gotten several variations of Kong in the 6-inch figures from Playmates, and this time, we're going to get a Kong that's basically covered in snow. And it's, you know, as far as his arm is concerned, it's the snow seems like it's just mostly on one side in his hand, his kneecaps, and the top of the head. You don't see it as much on this side of the figure here. It's just not really there. It's just sprinkled on. So I don't know. I guess they're trying to capture more of like that ending scene, or the fight scene, and how he had shook the snow off of him towards the end. And it's cool. It's a cool concept, and it's good for this particular set, because it fits that battle. But is it the best looking Kong out of all of the 6-inch Playmates Kongs that were released? I don't think so. You know what I mean? It's I think the battle set Kong with Skar King was much more impressive with the way Kong looked as far as the paint job was concerned. That popping red and orange and yellow, to mimic the lava. That was really, really nice. And also the GVK Kong from the Hollow Earth battle set had some nice color to it too. But this is interesting nonetheless to get Kong with snow on his fur. So it is cool. And it does look good, I would have liked it if they had some on this side too. But I guess it's just, I don't know. Maybe they have it on that side because they're trying to mimic him holding that arm up with the beast glove to block the frostbite blast. You know what I mean? And it does look nice. But let's pose him. I'll show you what he could do. So the way Playmates Kongs are built makes a running pose look pretty cool, usually. And so you could get him into that, and he looks really nice. I just wanted to point out and show you this side of him to show you the beast glove. How you can see the beast glove is kind of covered in frost a bit. It has like a film of frost on it, if you could see that. Like a touch of white, a touch of the snow, which is a nice touch in my opinion. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. And another thing that's cool about Playmates, which I've shown you before, is you could basically pull off a nice, Kong on all fours pose. So you could do that just like that. And you could basically get him into a nice punching pose here with the beast glove. And, like I said in other videos, is that the Playmates Kong seems to just get better and better. I love the look. Look how nice the eyes are on this Kong right here. They look good. The mouth and the teeth look good. I think they really nailed the face on this one. They've just gotten progressively better with their Kongs, and this looks really good. And as usual, you can see that they do the fur really well on Kong Playmates. I love the look of it. I like all the nooks and crannies on him and how they make the fur look. I like the scars on his chest. He looks really, really menacing. And he's got a great face. Look, you can see the inside of the mouth and tongue. That's nice teeth and tongue and eyes for, basically a $9, $10 figure. Which is why I love Playmates. It gives you bang for the buck. That's a great looking Kong face. You might pay over $100 for a figure that doesn't look as good like that in the face. It would have been nice if they also included his axe in this set, because his axe was a part of the final battle. It also would have been kind of nice, now that I'm thinking about it, as if they would have included Zuko in this set. But whatever, we have a Zuko figure, so that's just fine. But So there you have it. That's basically Kong. Um, I'm gonna pose him some more when I later on when I bring all four of them out. But that's basically what we got for the individual Kong. So let's move on. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Skar King, and Skar King has this basically like a metallic gold paint on him, and you can see it's on his goes down his legs, on his arms, his biceps and shoulders, and back and the back of his head, which, and I haven't heard any reviewer mention why that would be that he has a gold. And the only thing I can think of is the way he reacted to the sunlight in Brazil, the way the sun was shining on him. Maybe that was the concept in putting the metallic gold on him, like a reflection of the sun on him when he comes out in Brazil. The face and eyes look really creepy on this figure too. It's like a red eyes, very different than the other 6-inch figures. Yeah, the face on this one is kind of scarier than some of the others for sure. But he looks good. You get the whip slash with them. You should note for all of the Skar King figures, basically, from the 6-inch to the Battle Roar to the Giant Skar King, they're all top heavy. So it takes a minute to balance him to get him to really stand where he doesn't fall over. You have to really balance his legs properly, have his arms, correctly to balance him. But he looks fairly good. Again, is this the nicest 6-inch Skar King? No, probably not. I think that as is the case with Kong, I think the battle pack with Skar King and Kong from the fight in Skar King's lair, where he has these nice browns on him and a deeper red, is probably my favorite one out of the 6-inch. But I'll bring them all out later to compare so you could, judge it for yourself. This is kind of cool. It fits the set for sure, And I'm just guessing, I don't know if this is the reason, but I'm just guessing it's a reflection of the sun shining on them, and that's why they went with the metallic gold. So, but let's pose him a little bit. Of course, you could get him into kind of a charging position, like when he was telling the other apes to go after Kong escaped his lair. You could get him to do that, like a running or charging type of position, which is cool. And it looks really dope with the whip slash around his neck. So yeah, let's pose him a little further. And as with Kong, you could basically get him almost into an walking on all fours pose, which is cool because he did do that in the movie as well. That looks scary, man. This is probably the scariest of the Skar King figures I've seen. Look at his eyes, man. His eyes are like red. They're pretty scary. But yeah, that looks nice. Now, of course, you could take the whip slash off and put it in his hands. This gold is really growing on me. And when you pose him in certain ways, it's nice. It just shines. Kind of dull on the chest, though. I wish it was a little more. I wish it was a little more snow on Kong and a little more gold on Skar King, But I can understand why they went that way. But anyway, as with all the whip slashes that Playmates make, they make the, part to go in his hand on the wrong end of it, really. He held it from the jawbone. So, and the jawbone fits in his hand, so that's the way I do it. Basically, that side of it was the crystal that controlled Shimo. So, whatever, I'm not putting it I don't put it in his hand in the wrong way. He held it from the jawbone, so that's the way it goes. And I think it looks better that way anyway. So whatever, no worries on that, But I think he looks rather nice. Looks pretty good. course, you could pose him like this with the whip slash dragging behind him like he did in the movie. He slapped it on the ground first before he whipped it at Kong. That was really cool. And yeah, I don't know. You know, like, when you look at it through the camera, the gold really, like, shimmers and looks kind of good from certain angles. Even though it's not, like, a tremendous amount, but it looks fairly decent. I like the way Skar King looks, and his face looks really menacing. So, yeah, I'm definitely liking this. Skar King was a cool villain in the movie. You know, it made me want to see more of him, honestly. And I would love if they one day went and showed, you know, the Titan War, and they showed like a young prime Skar King and his origin and how he wound up stuck in that, how Godzilla put him in there, stuck him in that lair, you know, with the rest of the apes, and how he was plotting to get out the whole time. But I would love to see, like, you know, a younger, stronger Skar King, you know. But yeah, this figure's pretty nice. Looks good. Looks really good. Okay, next up is Shimo. And I'll tell you what, this Shimo is easily the most impressive out of the 6-inch Shimos. So that's, you know, where the other ones are nice, but maybe not the most impressive 6-inch ones. This one is the deep purple, just looks great, you know, on the dorsal plates and on his body. On the other ones, the tails are kind of nicer. Maybe that's the only thing that this one is lacking. The other ones have better paint jobs on the tails. Not saying this is bad, but the other tails are more popping. But this overall is a figure, and this purple paint looks really nice. I also love the creepy way that they did the eyes in this one, you know. The other 6 inches are just blue dots. These are kind of like soulless eyes with like black around them. Looks really nice, you know. You know, maybe a look more suited to a Shimo that was under control by Skar King, basically, you know. Those eyes make Shimo look mean and ready for battle. And this is the battle set, so they're fitting. And then, of course, you get the ice breath blast here, which is fairly the same as the rest of them, you know what I mean? And maybe that's one small little gripe. If you're going to change them and make them this purple, why not put some purple in the ice blast? But whatever, that's neither here nor there. I think this version of Shimo looks great. And Shimo played a big part in the movie. Like I was just saying with Skar King, I would love to see the origin story of Skar King and how he got control of Shimo, how he put her under control with the ice crystal. So I hope they tell that one day. I hope they show the Titan War. Yeah, and I think every Godzilla fan wants that, you know. But this Shimo's looking sharp, so let's pose her. So, you know, like with the other Shimos, all four legs move back and forth and in and out. Well, the front ones move in and out. The back ones just move back and forth, and the feet move. And the tail has some nice movement to it, too. You could put the tail in several different poses. But you could have her in a walking pose or a running pose, whatever you want to call it. And there it is. Just to show you, you can move her arms out rather wide. The inside of the mouth is nothing to be desired. It's just white with the tongue painted there. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. I keep the frostbite blast in her mouth anyway, but you could see the head looks pretty far down. You can make Shimo looking like she's looking straight down on the ground, which is pretty cool. And one thing you can also do is you could get Shimo to stand on her hind legs. which is kind of cool and looks really creepy with this particular figure right here. Those eyes are like soulless eyes, you know? I really like the way they did the eyes. Would have been nice if maybe they did like the inside of them blue or purple. I don't know. But I like the white with the black around it, you know? Makes her look mean, which maybe that was the intention for this battle. Because she is an ass kicker. Shimo's a very powerful Titan, so one of the most powerful. But this looks great. Look at that purple, man. That's beautiful. It's just like really shining purple. Looks like purple bubblegum or something. I don't know. That looks nice. Cool paint job. Okay, so I certainly think this Shimo is a hit. One of the highlights of the set. Just off the striking paint job alone. And the menacing eyes. You know, could have improved a little bit on the paint job inside the mouth. They could have, you know, could have done that a little bit better. But nonetheless, great figure. Love the translucent purple dorsal plates. And Shimo was an important part of the movie, so very cool. Let's move on. Okay, and now the queen of the monsters, Mothra. And how happy am I to have a 6-inch Mothra figure? That's so cool because, like other reviewers have said, the 6-inch Mothra figure by herself is hard to come by. I don't, and several other reviewers didn't know the difference between the regular 6-inch Mothra and the one that comes with this set. You know, so if there's a variation, I can't really compare it. But, you know, the wings are stickers, but who cares? They look great. And it's nice to have a Mothra figure. I don't run out there and get Mothra figures. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm in it for Godzilla. Kong is like number 2. And then I get a figure or two of all of the rest of them. A lot of the Mothra figures are just cheap. They don't excite me as much because they don't do as much, but this is rather nice for a Playmates figure. I think it looks nice. We're gonna check the functionality of the wings, and then of course you get a little figure of Gia that comes with her. And I don't know about the scaling on that. I don't know if Gia would stand as tall as Mothra's head. You know what I mean? The figure would probably have to be very, very like small to get the scaling accurate, but nonetheless, that's Gia standing almost as tall as Mothra's face. So I don't know. Is Gia a Nephilim? I'm not sure about that, but whatever. I get it, just for the sake of the toy. Probably couldn't make it much smaller than that anyway. So hopefully we won't lose Gia, you know. But that's the Iwi prophecy. Gia was basically the golden child, you know, the chosen one to wake up Mothra to help in the battle, you know, and she did just that. She flew on Mothra to Egypt to meet up with Godzilla to break up the fight between him and Kong. And so Gia was definitely a hero of sorts in this movie and fulfilled the Iwi prophecy, so. But let's take a further look at Mothra here. Okay, so both sets of wings here with Mothra can move all the way around and up and down. Now just note, if you put the wings in this position right here, Mothra's going to topple over like that, you know. It's too top heavy to stand her in that position. You might need a stand. You know, I have her leaning against the back, but I just wanted to show you her wings can do that, but she can't stand like that. So, whatever, you know, a lot of people have plastic stands, extra plastic stands, so if you want to make her looks like she's flying, put her on a stand. Maybe would have been a good idea for Playmates to include a little stand with Mothra, you know what I mean? If they're going to give Gia atomic breath, heaves, you know what I mean, whip slashes, perhaps A little stand for Mothra to look like she's flying would have been cool, but whatever. But so, okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, so that's about as far back as you could put her wings without getting her to topple over. Also, what would have been nice is if they had a flat part, and I thought they did. I tried on Mothra's back where you could kind of stand Gia. But yeah, no, it just doesn't work. But yeah, so yeah, it's not really that easy to balance her. You have to have the wings in a semi-downward position. That's about as high as you could go. But they look really nice. You got to stand. You can put the wings in any position you want. But just standing on her four legs, that's about all you're getting out of it. And that's not bad. Of course, you could really open up her wings like that and kind of make it look like she's landing. Well, I mean, I guess it would be like that. But yeah, I mean, that looks great, And the legs don't move on Mothra. Neither of the legs move. So, I mean, maybe that's part of the reason why you can't balance her too properly. But there's only so much you could do. Like I said, the wings move all the way around and up and down. So, you could have her in some cool poses if you have a stand to put her on. But so that's cool. That's about it with Mothra. She played a vital role in the movie Mothra. You know what I mean? She was an ass kicker as well in those fights. Her blast was strong enough to knock Shimo's blast off of Godzilla. She was webbing up apes. She saved the day more than once. She saved the heave with everybody in it. So Mothra was a star in this movie. And, yeah, I'm just happy to finally add a Mothra figure to the collection because she was in the movie, you know what I mean? So, and I've tried to collect every figure that they put out, Playmates, for this set. So, happy to have her. Here we have the King of the Monsters, Godzilla Evolved with the Heat Ray. And this is a supercharged Godzilla Evolved, right? So, and, like Louis Duran said in his video, shout out to Louis Duran, in his video review of this set, that Playmates is the first to release a supercharged Godzilla. And it looks pretty cool, I like this form of him in the movie when he looks like he's almost black and pink. That looked dope. So hopefully maybe we'll see Haya or SH Monster Arts do a version of Godzilla like this because it looks really nice. You're basically going to get all pink here all the way to the end of the Thagomizer. It's a nice shade of pink, too, that blends in a tad yogurty, but better than the original 6 inches, with beautiful, beautiful translucent pink dorsal plates that look excellent. The figure looks blackish with, the pink just pouring out everywhere. I have to say somewhat sloppy paint work on the eyes. Just slapped it on there, It's okay. I mean, that's the look all the way through, so you really can't complain. It's a stylized approach, but I mean, whoever did that, you could have aimed a little better there, buddy. But we'll take it though, because it is a stylized approach, so it's meant to just be oozing out of his every orifice, basically. Yeah. But overall, I like the paint job though because it conveys, especially with the pink dorsal plates, it conveys the look of supercharged Godzilla. Some of the, the other 6-inch Godzilla figures did not really convey Godzilla at all. It just wasn't the color of Godzilla in the movies, like a bright green and and reds and stuff like that. You know, I appreciate this being like black and pink like he looked when he was supercharged. But then again, another gripe would be that like in the case with Shimo, the the heat ray, the atomic breath is the same. It's red. And where they could have made that, you know, hot pink like the rest of them, possibly. But that's neither here nor there. I still think overall the figure looks great. I would touch that up if I felt I wouldn't F it up. You know what I mean? Louis Duran could probably like repaint that and touch up the eyes and make it look dope. I don't know if I could do the same thing. But I like it though. I think it's just whatever. I don't care because, you know, that's how the paint job is done throughout the figure. So I'm gonna just take it as a stylized approach. Because that's, if you look at it overall as a whole like that, it's just bursting out of everywhere. So, and it looks really nice. I'm really digging it a lot. It's one of the nicer looking ones. The pink just jumps out on the darker, you know, either charcoal gray or black. It's close. It looks like black. But let's pose him a little bit. Of course, you could get Godzilla in kind of a nice running pose. Playmates is usually pretty good for the running poses. I like that, you know. Just put one arm up, one arm back, and same with the legs. And you make him look like he's in an, you know, whoops. Make him look like he's in like an action pose running. And that looks pretty dope. Looks pretty scary right there. He looks like an alien. Awesome. I love the colors on this. I love that they finally did a supercharged Godzilla. That looks dope. Another thing I like about Playmates Godzilla is the nice tail off the ground pose that you can get him in. That looks dope. It looks menacing. Looks like he's about to attack and bum rush you, you know. I love that. And this Godzilla would do that. You know, this was an athletic version of Godzilla, faster, more agile, quicker. And so, yeah, that's just nice that you could get him into a pose like that. I like when you have, you know, a $10 figure giving you that many, like, different cool options to pose them. So, I appreciate that, and it looks great. I like that you can also get them on a nice crawling on the ground pose, which is pretty cool. It's not perfect, but you can still do it, and that's the cool part. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool part that you get options to pose them several different ways on a $10 toy, and I love it. And it's just great. It looks really good. And Playmates doesn't disappoint, man. It just doesn't. Look at that. Very cool. Now, the inside of the mouth, I don't know if you can see it really that good. It's black with just a pink tongue. The teeth are there, but they're not really existent, you know? Yeah. I don't know. The paint on his head and face just looks like it was splashed on. But I get it. That's the look, so we're not going to complain. It would be nice to see them improve upon Godzilla now. They've done this specific shape a while now. You know, it would be nice for them to put some bend in his knees, some bend at his elbows and arms, so he could do a little bit more. You know what I mean? Just about as much as they have on Kong. You know, and I think everybody would be way more happy. But this might be the best 6-inch Godzilla so far from them. I don't know. The Energized Godzilla was quite nice itself. Those two look nice. I'll bring that out though. We'll compare, but and we'll see which is the best Godzilla of the 6-inch sets. But this is quite nice. I do like it very much so. All right, so now I want to just compare all of the 6-inch Kongs that I have from the GXK line. And yeah, these are some great Kongs. These are some of the best Kongs that Playmates has done. They've progressively gotten better with their Kongs. And these are fantastic. This is just the regular Beast Glove Kong, which was the first Kong that came out. It's fantastic. This is the Battle Pack Beast Glove Kong that comes with Skar King in this Kong and Skar King Battle Pack. I really love the look of this. It's basically the same Kong as this, but I think his face is even more detailed, and I just love that paint job. I love the look of the red and yellow and orangey tone to it to represent the lava in Skar King's lair. Of course, you have Kong with the battle axe, which might be my favorite one of them all. I really, really think they nailed that Kong. And it's the only one that's a closed mouth or partially closed mouth, you could say. I love the way they did that. I love his face there. And it was nice that they gave us Kong with the axe. So you basically have Kong from the beginning of the movie and then the Beast Glove version of Kong. And then, of course, we have the ultimate, the Titan Pack Kong, the snow version Kong. So, yeah, that's all four. Which Kong do you guys like the best? Leave a comment down below letting me know which Kong is your favorite. I think I got to go with the Battle Axe Kong. I don't know. I like the Battle Axe Kong. I like the Kong and Skar King Battle Pack Kong, too. I love that color. That's unique. I love them all, you know. But, yeah, I think this guy would win for me. Okay, and these are the 3 6-inch Skar Kings that I have. This is the regular 6-inch Skar King, the first one that came out. This is the Battle Pack Skar King with Kong. And this is the ultimate Battle Pack, Titan Battle Pack, with everybody in it. And all three are very nice. Again, looking at them, it's hard to say which one I prefer. I definitely like the brown look from the Kong Battle Pack. I like that. I like the brown on the whip slash. You know, it's just a darker, deeper, you know, shade of his fur. I also, you know, I think that one might have the best face. This one definitely has some really creepy, menacing eyes. But I don't know. I'm fond of this one. I certainly like that brown on it. Happy to have all three anyway. You know, it's just, they're all unique. But I like the stylized approach of these two. Just it's to represent what happened in that scene, and that's cool that they would do that with paint. So, looking very nice. Let's move on. All right, now we're going to take a look at all 3 6-inch Shimos. So this is the original Shimo here, where you can see it's all white, has blue dots for eyes, and then the translucent dorsal plates are purple. Tail looks good, has a nice paint job on it, purple. You know, and the thing with the purple to me is you really didn't see Shimo's dorsal plates purple in the movie. Maybe just a quick glance or two. They were mostly like ice blue and white, which brings us to this one. This is the Battle Pack with Godzilla Shimo, where the dorsal plates you do see an ice blue in certain areas of it, which is nice. Still the same thing with the ice blue eyes, and the tail is purple, same way. And then we have the Ultimate Titan Battle Pack where the eyes are just completely different. They go from a blue dot to like these white, soulless eyes with black around them. Um, and that's kind of cool. And like this one had a shade of blue down the body, whereas this one is just full on purple all the way through. The dorsal plates are a different color purple than the first one. You can see that it's just more pronounced, and it's just a really beautiful purple paint job going down his body. The tail is a little different. Now the tail here, it's like a lighter shade of purple and kind of like a little bit of ice blue and white mixed into it. So that's kind of strange how these tails are like deep purple, and then this one is like a totally different lighter shade with some white into it. But that's how they compare. All right, so these are all my Playmates 6-inch Godzillas from the GXK set. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, man. So this is the original Godzilla evolved here. Which is it's a cool figure, but I don't know. Looks more like kind of like the creature from the Black Lagoon a little bit than Godzilla. The colors are a little crazy. It's like this greenish color with, listen, the translucent pinkish or red on it is nice. It did have that yogurty tail, which I wasn't too fond of. Not exactly screen accurate there, Then we have this beautiful heat ray Godzilla with some excellently painted dorsal plates and a nice heat ray. Really, really like that one. The eyes are very well done on that figure too. The nice blue eyes. Of course, we have the Battle Pack Godzilla here from the pack with Shimo, which is, a stylized approach close to the first figure, but more to represent the cool breeze, let's say, of Shimo right there. It's got like a nice ice blue sort of stylized paint job. Then we got Rubber Goge. What do you guys know about Rubber Goji? Can't hate on Rubber Goge. But Rubber Goji has a 6-inch figure inside. It's 2 figures in one, basically. I love this figure. Had to have it. It's so weird. Love the North Carolina blue dorsal plates. But yeah, Rubber Goji's cool as hell. I just leave him inside there, you know what I mean? And then we have a really nice energized Godzilla, which is cool, with the drone. Comes with the drone, which, that was the scene when Godzilla was inhaling the radiation and basically charging up. And then, of course, we have supercharged Godzilla right here with Heat Ray from the Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. So those are all the 6-inch Godzillas, man. Pretty cool. What would you say your favorite is? I don't know. Wow. I love Rubber Goge, you know what I mean? Not saying that's one of my favorites. I wouldn't view it like that. It's just so kooky and crazy that I love him. But probably the Heat Ray Godzilla, the Energized Godzilla, and the Supercharged Godzilla would be the best ones. The Heat Ray is just very well done. That might be my favorite. Energized, the blue Energized one is cool, and the pink one is great. So maybe all 3 of those. I love the translucent pink dorsal plates, but there you go. Okay, so there we go. There we have it. That's the whole set. And it's quite nice. Looks excellent. Colors look fantastic. Just popping. Great to have a Mothra. And, kudos to Playmates, man. These figures are fantastic. Price is right. You're getting all kinds of accessories with it. It's a nice set. Highly recommended. Go out there, get you some Playmates. And if you like my channel, subscribe, like the goddamn video, and I shall return with another one soon. Peace, folks. Oh, and P.S. Let's throw Suko in there. Which, that's one gripe, Playmates. You should have added a different color Suko to this set, man. That would have made it perfect. Because he was part of this final battle. All right, peace. I'm out.